Back, everyone, to the Castlevania Ravenloft RPG. Thank you for your patience during our 3-week hiatus. I am all moved in Talos, and I have a nice, shiny new computer. And Fantasy Ground seems to be running just fine with OBS. We got Brainiac in the chat already. Thanks for joining us, Brainiac. I say already, we're only like half an hour late. And due to my new location, it will be even harder for me to stay up late. So probably have to cut this off strictly at 10 o'clock at the latest. Alright, so the last time we left our adventurers, Elias had been killed, and Jack and Motley made a reappearance and resurrected Elias back to the world of the living after his encounter with some sort of dark aloe vera plant-like tentacle monster in the world of the dead, where everything was upside down. But Elias, you find yourself back, unable to speak, unable to utter any noise whatsoever, as if your vocal cords are somehow blocked from your use. And over you see the drastically changed figure of Jack Motley.
And last I recall, I pulled at my sword on him because he had upset me, and so I wasn't really having a great time here. But Elias can't speak, so he doesn't say anything. And I don't see my character on the character selection. Nothing's loading up for me. Weird.
Oh, I see a level 10 one there. It says that you're the owner.
Something's weird with Fantasy Grounds.
Just clear the ownership, Mike. You should be able to select it again.
Okay. I've cleared it.
Hold on, maybe I need to do this. Whoops.
Hello,
Yeah.
Admiral Salsa. Welcome.
Does the
Yes.
Fantasy Ground username matter for anything?
No.
If
I mean, it's
you
saying
have
you're connected.
A regular account, yeah.
Maybe that was the problem. Let's see. Yeah, that was it. It was blank when I changed the host address. That's what it was. Elias level 10. Okay, I'm back.
All right, welcome back. Yes. So, Elias, you have been revived from the world of the dead by Jack. You pull a sword on Jack, and I suppose you stand up too.
Yeah, he'll stand up, but he's not going to attack or whatever. He was just very upset because he went through something traumatic, and the weird tentacle thing that he had just killed, he thought, was involved in his apparent resurrection, as well as the monstrosity that Jack had become. So he knows he's been involved in something dark, something that he would not have been happy about, but he's back and wrestling with that and thinking about how he'll have to explain it to Esmeralda later.
Yes, and whether it was coincidence or not, the same place that one of the dark tentacles had touched you is you found yourself, upon awaking, Jack's hand gracing your face in that same location.
Yeah, that was what pissed him off, right?
Ever so gently.
Okay, well, you all notice that Elias has not made a peep, but he's back with you.
Aren't you happy to see me?
So Elias doesn't know that he can't talk for a moment, but he figures it out. So he starts, moving his mouth and making gestures with his hand like he can't speak to give them the impression that that's the problem.
Are you all right, Elias?
He shakes his head and how would you illustrate with your hand that you can't talk? So he opens his mouth and makes an X with his hands, and just tries to illustrate the best that he can that he can't say anything right now.
Leo just kind of eyes at Elias, the very man who just was brought back to life from Jack himself.
Yes, Elias, you notice there is a new compatriot there with your companions.
When Elias notices this thing with them, he points to it with his hand, and his sword that he already has out. He hoists it ready to attack, and he wants to yell, but he just shakes his head and gestures at it, and is curious why they're not attacking it.
Alexander will step between Leo and Elias' sword. No, it's all right. He's friendly. We just rescued him from one of the locked rooms down there.
Leo just kind of look down as a look away from Elias's gaze and his outward aggressive expression.
Elias
Leave
takes.
your tongue on the other.
What did Jack say?
What's the matter, Elias? Leave your tongue on the other side.
And Elias shakes his head yes before he considers what Alex just said. And he figures in his mind this must be a construct that the people here were experimenting with for their things they were trying to get done with the body of the Watcher, Lord Watcher. And but yeah, he confirms what Jack said. He looks through his things, and what he was using before to write the letter, the pen, he pulls that out and finds a scrap of paper and starts to write something. And after a few moments, he gives that to Alexandra, and what it says is, I am mute, I believe, from the curse of my revival. I need the spell Lesser Restoration, which Van Richten can use.
Van Richten is present.
I see. Well, until we can get to Van Richten, here. And she reaches into her bag and pulls one of the blank books from her bag and hands it to him.
He nods his head.
Brent, or Elias, you do see Van Richten is present.
Oh, where did he come from?
He's been there the whole time.
That's right, he was searching with us.
You just pass the note to him so he can see.
Alright, she will hand over the note to Van Richten.
You want me to repeat that, Mike?
No, sorry, my wife just got home, so I'm explaining why we have company.
I didn't see him. I just saw the Sprite on the table, and I was
You
like,
didn't tell
why do
her
we have
Mark was
Sprite
coming
on the
over?
table?
It's been a crazy day. Anyway.
Oh, can we hear Mark? Is he mic'd up or anything?
No, I'm here.
Yeah, he's there.
Hey,
I've been here the whole time doing my roguish thing.
He
eating
was
mice.
standing so still that you couldn't see him.
All right. So yes, Brent, what were you saying when I mentioned Van Richten?
Oh, we were saying that the note I handed Alex, because she was just close to me, I said that she could hand it to Van Richten so he could see that.
Oh yeah. Did she?
Yes.
Yes, I said she handed it over to him.
Okay. Okay. Van Richten nods and he beckons you to come to him, and he lays hands on you and begins praying to God to alleviate your muteness and cast lesser restoration on you. After which you are free to speak once more. Let me double check here for lesser restorations components. Let's see here. Ooh, new Fantasy Grounds install. Where are my spells? There they are. Components. Nope. Nothing there that you need to pay him back for or anything. He's just glad to have you back, and he says, "There you go, my boy. Welcome back to the world of the living."
Thank you so much, Sir Van Richten. I'm once again in your debt. And he turns to Jack and he shakes his head at first, but then he inquires, "What was that? What did you do to me?"
I should
He
think
brought you
you'd
back to
recognize
life.
the holy touch of resurrection. And he reaches out to stroke his face again.
He does what? He reaches out to his face again?
Strokes his face again.
Elias slaps his hand away. I appreciate you doing that, but the methods are quite worrying. Is there anything else I should know about this?
Jack just smiles under his mask.
Well,
Did you have any such worry when you brought me back to life? He saved you from the clutches of death, Elias. Be great.
as we did
Actually,
twice
in
for
point
you.
of fact, he did have quite a few worries about bringing you back.
Try not to lay any guilt on me, my dear party. I think I've brought all of you from the brink of death several times. Now, this was quite an experience. On the other side, I encountered some kind of monster, and I can't even explain what it was, but the thing that brought me back was very similar to what Jack has used. It seems like some kind of soul-sucking monster, and I think it may be related to how things are being trapped here and souls are being lost. I can't exactly explain it, but I've experienced what the ghost was talking about, where everything turns upside down to be lost in some kind of dark ether forever. Thankfully, I escaped it since I'm inside here, but it was quite awful, I have to say. Even so, I am glad to have returned. I didn't want my mission to come to an end, and I didn't want to leave you all alone here either, without someone to help you and to keep you healthy and alive. So, what shall we do now?
Well, I believe we should report back to the Burgomaster and let him know what's been going on in this. Let him know we rid the town of Lady Watcher once and for all.
No. I've missed him.
Are you sure it's wise to speak to the Burgermaster?
Oh, he loves me. And is slightly terrified of.
Granted, we're in much different state than the last time he saw us. She eyes She eyes Jack, she eyes Jeeves, and she definitely eyes Elias.
Elias
Well,
is the only one that doesn't look like a weird physical alteration has happened to him.
No, but he was just brought back to life, and she remembers what it was like when she was brought back. She doesn't know if he's completely okay still.
He doesn't know either. He's got that baseline look in his eyes that is his character fault or whatever, where you can tell he's been through terrible things, but that's normal Elias.
Still, I suppose at the core we are still ourselves, and we owe it to him to report and let him know that his
He's
town
just
is for the
afraid I'm
most part.
going to take him for all his gold.
Is there any way you can demuffle yourself, Logan? I still can't understand you.
He's just afraid we're going to take him for all his gold again.
I think you secretly miss him, Jack.
He was a pigeon, of course I miss him. Just assume he's still talking in my creepy.
Is it decided then? Shall we pay him a visit?
Yes, it is very important, I think, that he knows what's going on in this town, and that hopefully we can decide if this stopped the strange manifestations of spirits we were seeing with the toys flying around and whatnot.
I should hope so, as well as whatever was going on in the afterlife.
That, I think, is still going on, but I'm not certain. Shall we leave Leo here? I don't know if he would be safe or welcome in the outside.
She just points directly at Jeeves. Really?
Well, Jeeves is a living thing.
Kinda.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Not living the best life kind of thing, but living.
Should we disguise him as well?
I think perhaps we should, but there's no reason not to bring him with us. I'm sure he'd appreciate seeing the open air again after being locked down here for so long.
I believe I've still got a top hat and a black cloak in my inventory.
I would not mind going out. But I prefer going out when it's safer.
At night, you mean?
Yes.
What time of day is it, out of character? Because I don't remember.
It's daytime. Afternoon.
Okay.
Most of the time was really quick during the battles, but your resurrection took an hour.
Well, you know what?
When we came here, it was like mid-afternoon, though, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
After Jeeves killed the child and Esmeralda ran off.
The child? Child.
You guys
Also,
can't see the
yeah.
daylight here in this basement. You'll have to go up to get a good gauge of what time it currently is.
I'm thinking that considering the characters that we are and all that we've been through in this town and the clout as well as the strength that we have, I don't think anyone could make a case or even try to do anything significant against us if we do walk outside with the creature.
Oh,
So-
Jesus Christ, did you just challenge the DM, dude? Brent, come on, dude!
I mean, what in Valaki is going to fight some level 10 characters? They're going to pull some pitchforks and we're just going to look and laugh at them. No,
All right.
You're not
I'm all for
helping.
flaunting our power, exactly like the church.
You're not helping the case, dude.
I love all this.
You're just giving Mike more bait, dude. What's the matter with you?
Walk about, flaunt ourselves, slap down anyone who argues with anything we believe. I'm good.
Oh, are you arguing against going outside?
Absolutely not. I just said I'm down with flaunting ourselves.
I go to church on Sundays.
Yeah, there is an altar up there. Yeah, I'm just thinking for real. I don't think we have to worry about being seen and people doing something to us. I mean, they're looking for Jeeves to arrest him. But besides that, just seeing a big ugly creature thing, whatever.
Wow, that was rude.
Yeah, that's the truth. And Leo,
Oh.
that was a dig on Jack, but
Wow. Here I thought you were taking a jab at Jeeves.
well, him too. I don't think he's that big though. He's just ugly.
Thanks.
Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you guys tonight?
Well, what a mix we are.
Okay. I think we should head out and see if the coast is clear. If it is, we can bring Leo.
I agree. I've had enough of this basement. I never want to come back here again.
Very well. So, does everyone want to head upstairs?
Sure.
Yep.
Stealthily.
All right. Actively stealthily, or
Might as well start now. Yep.
Yeah.
go ahead and roll. Roll for stealth there.
Oh boy.
Oop.
A 30.
Wow.
What?
I got plus 12.
Plus 12.
Jeez. Okay. Well, Mr. Jeeves, you are invisible to the world. You can, you feel confident enough to scout about and then return to the party and let them know that the guards didn't see you, but it looks like they're actively seeking, as if they've been put on alert. And it's later in the day. Evening should approach within a couple of hours.
Elias is going to give 20 HP back each to Alex and Jeeves with Channel Divinity.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Is your friend?
Which one?
The scaly one.
That is Jeeves. He's the man who raised me.
If I had a hat, I'd doff it.
How does he gone so soon?
I think he lost track when he started sneaking.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, he did.
I'm still here.
Yes, he can do that. He is a rogue. He's very, very skilled at disappearing. I don't know where he's at right now myself.
So your heals, that's the damage after the heals, is still 60 and 54?
Yeah, that was,
Woo.
well, it should be.
No, I'm back at 40.
I'm down to 34 now.
Oh,
Mine didn't update
It's
either.
not showing on the combat tracker, that's why.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Should be.
interesting.
I dragged it onto the combat tracker.
I have no idea why.
Clear the combat tracker. I think that's the only way to fix it.
Uh,
Because it's still
None
showing
of-
that Elias has his Guardian of Faith active, so...
yeah.
Well, that did happen recently, but
Yeah,
Oh,
during the
well,
battle, but...
Mine is up.
There we
mine
go.
is
It
updated.
just updated. Yeah, it just updated now. Weird.
Oh, I guess it's because I had to do it on the DM client. I don't know.
Ah.
But yeah, it's fine. I guess I can leave that up for everyone. Alright.
Alright, well, if he says the coast is clear, let's head up.
I won't say it's clear. I mean, they're looking for me, but I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll just go hey, and then run the other way, and then I can go hiding.
You'll be the bait.
Exactly.
Then I suppose we'll meet up at the Burgomaster's mansion.
I would suggest not showing up at the front door.
He can climb walls. I'm sure he'll be alright.
Yeah, walls, ceilings. I got it.
We should meet him in secret. Could never be too careful.
If it would help, Elias and I and Van Richten can go topside and tell the guards to call off their search. We can tell them we slew the creature down here in the basement.
That is a good point. From what I understand, the people that were originally telling them to be on the look were our doppelgangers. So if we told them now that they should stop searching, perhaps they will.
True. You might need to take some evidence, though, or like, they're gonna look for a body.
Well, they weren't exactly sure what they were looking for, since we described you as a green...
You were trying to rip scales off yourself earlier. Do you have any left I could bring them as evidence?
Good idea.
Wait, we had more doppelgangers?
They mean the possessed. Their bodies were possessed by ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's less fun.
No, it really wasn't.
So, no, I don't have any green scales on me, and I can probably rip some more off, but...
Oh, don't do that.
It's either that or we cut off a finger.
And I'm good.
We could just try to have them take us on our word. I think they trust us quite implicitly from all that we've done for them. There's no reason to doubt our word.
I mean, what did he do with the scales that he discarded from earlier? He was giving himself an acid bath after all.
Sure.
Just a little gelatinous cube juice.
Right?
Oh, more.
Yeah, but he was picking them off of himself while doing it, so he's got to have some left over.
Yeah, I don't recall retaining any.
None of us has a vessel to contain the... whatever that thing is.
I wouldn't really need a vessel. I could have just carried them in my hand.
I was referring to the hole.
What is this gelatinous cube thing you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Jeeves decided it would be fun to go nosediving into a tub of acidic jello.
Unintentionally, but yes.
Well, I'm glad you survived that. It sounds horrible.
It was, yeah, a little sticky.
It was pretty horrible.
We've been through a lot, all of us, recently. Ghost possession, myself dying and seeing the other side in horrific fashion, Jeeves being near consumed by some kind of acid jello.
Yes, well, you know he has a penchant for jumping down holes.
Mm-hmm.
First with the well, now with this.
Hey, the well worked.
Yeah, the well
I didn't
produced
say
a
it
silver
didn't.
sword, as I recall.
I did not say it didn't. So shall we be on our way then? She glances to Elias and Octavia.
Yes, we'll take our chances without the scales.
Don't forget about the little secrets, little floor tile.
Oh, we won't.
Yeah, it's good that you reminded everyone, because that trap is still active. But once you point it out to everybody and remind them effectively, they can navigate through, get up to the upper level of the house, and if you guys would like to begin your journey, just tell me your destination and what order you're in and how you're going to get there.
Alexander is going to hang back with Rictavio a moment.
Okay, fair enough.
Elias takes the lead to the Burgomaster's mansion.
So you guys are all just going to walk out in the street?
Not me.
Now, Alexandra is going to join Elias and Rictavio and going to call up the guards in just a moment.
Okay, you can easily find and approach guards if you'd like. What about Leo and Jack?
Honestly, we could leave Leo where he's at until we're ready to leave Vallaki and take him with us.
Follow Elias. 3 steps behind. No more, no less. Don't say.
Okay. Jack, under your mask, you don't look outwardly horrifying to an onlooker. You just look ominous in your get-up. If anyone takes a good look at your stature and your flesh, it would be worrisome. Did you want to attempt to stay out of sight or just follow directly behind Elias like that?
I said what I said.
Okay. So who's approaching guards?
I'll do that.
All right. Elias and who else?
Rictavio, Van Richten and Alexandra with Jack behind.
Okay. And Mr. Jeeves, I will count your 30 roll as a continued stealth. What was that, Jack?
Full health of.
Still didn't get that.
Roll stealth? Is that what he said?
Never mind.
I heard never mind so clearly.
That was clear.
Roll health of death.
It's like the teacher on the peanut gallery, you know.
I don't know. I'm going to make a roll. It was a 14. I don't know what it's for.
I think he's trying to say roll stealth for Jack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, though.
Well, Memnock? Okay. Anyways, so approaching the guards, they instantly see Jack behind Elias. They aren't overly intimidated. They just talked to you recently. I'm going to say you're in the same location as the guards that you found there on the what is it? Never East. That's west. Yeah, at the west gate.
Yeah.
Right. So you're close enough to approach the same guards when you're possessed, and you retain all of the memories of all of the events that happened while you're possessed. So, just what would you like to talk to the guards? You obviously have their attention.
So Elias approaches them, and the thought, this very simple thought, occurs to him to just tell them the truth of what happened. So he says, "Good day, sirs. I believe you may have spoken with me recently about a search for a green fella. Is that right?"
Yeah. Yes, we just talked to you a couple of hours ago.
I regret to inform you, sirs, that was not me. I was possessed of a ghost. I'm sure I may have seemed a bit odd, but the house just near here was host to some kind of demonic dark activity and ghost possession and demons and the other world, and we have recently cleared that out. We can show you some of that if you'd like, but we are quite busy with the cleanup effort of it and taking care of the whole thing. But regardless, the thing that they were asking you to find was one of our companions. and you can certainly call that off because there's no danger to the town.
Alexander just face palms.
One of the guards begins to kind of, as you're telling this story to him, looks at the other guard and gives a concerned look, and he points a certain direction, and that guard begins to hurry off. And while that guard's hurrying off, this guard is talking to you, saying, "So you took care of something in the Cantemir Manor? What do you mean?"
The Cantemirs were performing feats of necromancy and ghost possession, trying to revive Lord Watcher. They had his corpse in there, and they were trying to reunite its body and spirit.
I would also like to say that before the guard gets too far away, call it 50 feet, awakened mind into his, just speak, and say, he's lying.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay. He's lying. A voice in your head that says he's lying. Okay. So, the guards... that guard in particular that is running is now out of sight of where you guys are. But Jack, because you're awakened mind, you were watching him while he was hurrying off. After he heard that in his mind, you saw him basically sprint away.
Awakened mind into Elias' mind. He's running to get reinforcements. We should believe.
So the guard is still talking to Elias too, and the guard says, "The Cantemirs are a very well-respected family here in our small village. To think that they would practice some sort of dark magics, we would need to investigate these claims. And you said that this ghost possession, how do we know you're not possessed right now?"
Well, you would have to take my word on that, but we can show you the hidden basement they were using for their rituals and all the quite unusual things they were doing in there. We even found a construct.
A construct. This is good that you're willing to help us with our investigation. Surely you would understand that we need to make sure that you and your friends here stay within the walls of Valaki with us while we investigate this.
If you would like further proof, you may remember that I'm a cleric, and I can perform any rites of turning undead and healing the wounded as well that would prove a ghost certainly could not do.
I'm not arguing with your abilities. And
you wondered if I was possessed, and I'm telling you that I'm not, as I am a cleric who has powers from God.
Do you want me to ask you to dispel the evils that I can't even see before my own eyes that you could just fake? I don't even know what to look for. This is a lot to take in. If you don't mind.
Elias discharges sacred flame straight up in the air.
Okay, he ducks down and is kind of in shitting his pants mode. And he says, okay, there's no need to intimidate. I was simply requesting your continued assistance in this investigation. I hope you understand that you're not under arrest and that you don't need to harm anyone here.
Alexander is going to turn to Jack and speak to him quietly. Can you get a message to Van Richten and Jeeves to get Leo safely out of the house, please?
Yes, I understand what you mean, and I will
help. If you're within range, do it. Except phrase it is, Elias is about to get us all. Hide the construct. He's too beautiful to die.
We can suddenly hear you a lot better, Logan. Hooray.
Elias, you see the guard who is really afraid right now that you're going to use some of that fire on him. Or holy light. I can't remember what your sacred flame looks like.
It's not really a fire, because Elias doesn't like fire, but it
Right.
would burn something that it hit.
We'll just say it's some searing holy light. He is afraid that you'll call that light down upon him, and then you see him glance around, taking note of the other guards that are now approaching. They look like they're ready to assist him.
How many?
Oh, there's a good, just glancing, you could probably count about 14 guards.
Elias says, "Is there a problem?"
Oh Lord, I hope
There's
Elias
no
is
problem, he says. There's no problem, sir. We don't want to be... We don't want you to hurt anyone here. This is a peaceful
into
village.
Elias's mind. They think you're insane, and we can probably
situation.
Are they all grouped together?
They are starting to form and march down the road in formation. Others are flanking on either sides of the walls of the village here.
And how far away are they?
Oh, they're... Well, let me take a measurement.
Would they have time to sneak Leo out?
They're within about 150 feet of you.
Elias says, "Though I take it that you don't believe me," and he just starts to walk away.
Where would you like to walk to?
Straight towards the mansion, the burgomaster.
The Burgomaster's mansion. Okay.
Good Lord. Alexander's just going to stand there with Jack looking completely bewildered.
All right. The guard lets you walk ahead of him a good bit before he begins to follow you, and he starts pointing to you and then motioning hand signals at the rest of the guards. At that point, you see them all ready weapons, and I'll need everyone to roll initiative.
So,
Wow.
Okay, too late. I was gonna say before that happens, never mind.
Too late.
Too late.
Well, when you
They're
see them
fighting their own.
pointing and stuff, would you like to... You've been watching all of this happen from the shadows if you'd like to take some sort
Right.
of action.
I don't
I don't want to be a healthy distance away before I reveal myself and start running.
You didn't even
Running?
give Leo a chance, or Van Richten a chance to get out of the mansion.
Well, no, I mean they're not gonna get to the mansion. They're just gonna chase either me or Elias.
Because they think he's lying to them.
Because they think he's fucking nuts, because everything about your story was just fucked.
Well,
That's no
it's
reason
not.
to hurt somebody.
It's not that they think; it's that they're pretty convinced that you're leading them on.
But they think he's still possessed. What part of you thought that telling the truth in this situation was a great idea?
Because that's what he would do. That's no reason to kill somebody for seeming like they're crazy.
Sometimes
This is
it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Oh, shit. Also, yeah, I totally blame this on you, 100%. You're the one who was baiting Mike earlier. God damn
Well,
it,
that's
Elias.
not fair. I've at least added as much fuel to the fire.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's fine.
Well, if they still want to talk, he's not through talking, too.
I'm sure they don't mind talking now.
Weren't you all still looking for the witches that the burgomaster sent you on a mission for? We have finished that. That was the Cantermere house.
Jack, do you think you could get away and rescue Leo from that place? Get him safely away from here. Did we lose Jack?
Is Mike still here?
Am I still here? Yes. I'm filling the combat tracker with guards.
Jack. No, it's I, Vigo.
Okay, so
These aren't yours, by the way.
did we get initiative for everyone? Yes. I did not do it for Jack. So,
Not for Mr. Jeeves or for Leo.
well, Leo's in the house.
Yeah.
Van Richten,
I would think he's still in the house too. I'd
No,
like for
he-
him to try to get Leo.
he.
Oh, no, wait, he came with us. That's right.
Yeah, he came with you.
No one ever specified what we did with Leo. I just said that we should leave him in the house.
Oh yeah, that's up to Leo of what Leo did.
Yeah, leave him in the house and then tell the guards, oh yes, go investigate. There's a construct there.
Yeah.
Good
That's
job,
true.
Elias.
Elias doesn't have a reason to care about that thing.
Oh, that's true too.
Whoa.
That's alright. Leo doesn't trust you either.
I love you, Leo.
We love
I got
you
your
too.
back.
All right. So Jack Motley's initiative is 12. My wife bit my ear. All right. That actually counted for him too. Okay, so all of the guards. Well, it'll be the guard captain acting first, and then Alexandra next. So let's see what this guard has here. He produces his spear and throws it at Elias.
What?
Yeah, it's time to neutralize this threat.
We have a map.
We don't currently have a map, but I can sketch one up real quick. Let's just do this theater of the mind style.
Alright, let's go.
Yes, the captain of the guard hurls a spear towards Elias. Let's see here. Range. Yeah. And misses him horribly. And then you hear all of the other guards bellow a war cry that have banded together. There's a good group of about 8 of them all together on the road coming towards you, Elias. But it is Alexandra's turn now.
Oh my god, stop! What are you doing? Admittedly, he's a little touched in the head, but that's no reason to kill him. Apprehend him if you must.
He's running away from our investigation. He's under arrest, and he has attacked first with his light.
He didn't actually harm you. Come now.
He's too dangerous.
Arrest him.
He is resisting.
He's also stopped walking at this point, of course.
Put him in restraints. We can bring him to the stockyard. We'll escort you if you must. We'll come with you willingly.
Put your hands in the air and get down on your knees, he points at Elias.
He does so.
All right. The rest of the guards, they all have their spears produced, and it looks like it's their turn next. So all of the guards on the road catch up to Elias, and they all have their spears produced. The guards that were flanking, it looks like they'll get to you in another round, and they will be flanking on either side of you, effectively surrounding you, really. The guards don't seem very nice. They begin to kick and push you to the ground, restraining you the best they can. So what kind of resistance would you like to put up, and that's going to matter for your AC?
None.
None. All right. In that case, you are beaten to a pulp and barely left conscious as these guards begin to wail on you. probably about halfway through that, you can start fighting back if you want, and I'll let you. You can tell they're basically trying to knock you out. They're not using their spears, but the way that they're beating you, you fear you're going to lose conscious. Would you like to resist at all?
No.
Is this really necessary?
After all of the guards have their turn, Leo, it's your turn. What would you like to do? No matter where you are, you can see this either from a window or outside, wherever you were when this all started happening.
I'll probably be watching what's going on out there.
All right. So you're going to stay in the Cantemir Manor?
If I have a clear escape, I'm gonna make my way out. But I'm watching.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Right. Hey, do I need my sheet? My gold sheet?
Yes. NPCs here. Let's see.
Yeah, I almost forgot I need one.
And there you go.
Let's see, what do I roll here?
Perception is
wisdom.
passive 10, but it is. What is it, based off intelligence? Or no, it's wisdom. Yeah, you just said it right. Yeah, it's just 10.
Just a 10, okay.
Is your wisdom, so it's at a +0. So just
All right,
roll a d20. You caught a few words of what was said, and you heard. You're not sure if he said golem or what, but he said something about inside the manor. So you think that the guards may have reason to check the manor soon. Whether or not it has to do with you, you're unclear. Also, as far as your environment, this mansion is pretty big. There is obviously a door that you could go out the front, but that would be visible to everyone. And you don't see in this room any way to escape effectively.
Okay. So I wouldn't know if there's a back door or a window I can get out.
There's no window that would make for a good escape in this room, but you would have to leave this room if you're going to search for a back door.
Okay, I'll check the other rooms and see if there's a window that would lead away from the public eye.
Well, what you can tell here is, actually, I said you're watching from a window. It would have had to been from that round window where everyone was sitting. So we'll say that you're in that room, and from this room, you can go back into the big common area that you came from underneath the stairs, Munster style, or there's another door that you could go to the north from. So would you like to go back to the living room, or would you like to go to the other door?
I will check the other door. Where is that located at?
Just on the north wall.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, you open that door and see there's a single chair in the room, a couple of bookcases, a fireplace, and another door on the north. You've got enough movement to reach that door.
Alright, I'll check the other door.
Alright, when you get to that door, it looks like some sort of preparation area for maybe food or chemicals or some herbs. You're not sure exactly what this room's used for, but there is another door immediately to your right. And upon taking that, there's also windows here, kind of a bay window. You think that one of them is pretty northbound, so that window probably isn't visible from the front of this manor. There's also a door to your immediate right when you came in this door.
Okay. I'll check the door to the right.
All right, that door opens up back into the common area with the two statues that are flanking the main stairs that lead up to the second story, and secretly down into the basement. In this room, there's a door to the north, and then a door directly across from the one that you just came in, on the opposite end of this large room. There are several doors on the south wall, but you know those lead towards the front of this manor.
Okay.
That's all you have time for in this turn, though.
Okay.
All right, Jack. You can see the guard that you spoke into his mind. He looks extremely spooked out, and he was the one that was leading the beating there on Elias. It's your turn.
Again into his mind. They're all after you. They're all trying to.
Okay. He in the throes of beating Elias here, you see him go for his spear, grab the sharp end, and point it down at Elias. You have an opportunity to roll a persuasion check to affect what you want to happen next.
Jack, you don't have to do this. We love you.
Someone roll for me.
I just rolled a natural 16. Is this for persuasion?
It is.
Okay. Your persuasion skill is at a +8. So yeah, you're good, man. Was that 24? If I know my 8s.
I've got a little more.
What would you like to persuade him to do?
Turn on them now.
Turn on them now?
Look at what they're doing to the poor crazy person. Imagine what they'll do to you.
Oh my God.
He's trying to turn the guard on the other guards. Holy shit.
Huh.
Bravo, Jack.
They're all kicking down the holy man.
This whole time, this man's been paranoid that he's lying to you. The he that you didn't specify thought that you were referring to Elias, which is why he's been beating the crap out of Elias. What you're saying now goes directly against how he's riled himself up into beating this man and leading the charge himself. Although 24 is an excellent persuasion,
is that not
this,
just like Jack, though, to instill complete paranoia?
This instead brings the man to pause and to utter confusion, and he begins yelling, "Someone's speaking in my head. This is witchcraft."
Oh, God.
Elias tries to talk between the kicks and the beatings, and he says, "Have you all not been investigating the paranormal activity in the town, the things flying around, and the ghosts and the witches? I'm telling you, we've done this. You know who I am. I'm Elias Asher, and these are my companions that have saved you before."
He's done this. You heard him confess.
Jack will take. Jack, who is still 3 steps away from Elias, remember, will say, "This is your very last chance. Think clearly on how you want to spend your final moments. Now, or speaking to the Baron of Balak. If you would like to die horribly, keep kicking him."
All right. You can see all of their attention goes to their captain, and their captain says, "We will not be threatened by the likes of you people. And he says, you are under arrest as well. All of you are under arrest. All of you, hands up and on your knees.
Halfway through, Jack points at him, Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
God. Uh-oh.
Dude, Elias, you fucked this big time for us, dude.
Elias says, Jack, no, it's not necessary.
Too late, dude.
Oh yeah, it's on now.
You should have thought of that before you sounded like a fucking madman to the captain of the guard.
I
thought
do
they knew who
also.
they were.
I need to reduce Elias about down to, I'd say, 5 hit points.
Jesus Christ.
As they all just beat the crap out of him.
Let me know for the record that I fucking tried, okay? I tried very hard to fix this.
Alright. Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast. Looking for it. It's in the beginning here, I know, somewhere. Ah, here it is. Okay. I am in a...
Someone needs to roll 2 attack rolls.
I'll do it.
I need to load the guards to the combat tracker so we can have target.
Oh, sure. Let me turn them all on.
Great.
That's enough. The one that you were targeting, Jack, was that the guard captain or the one that you had been speaking into his mind?
Correct. Guard captain, the one who was drawing off at us.
Okay, yeah, he looks the most capable by far. And your first Eldritch Blast, I rolled a natural 3, which plus 8 is 11, and that's a miss. The second beam, I rolled another 3 and missed. I'm sorry, dude. Sorry. They both missed.
Hang on, I've got a very pertinent question.
Sure.
How close are they all standing to each other?
Oh, they are piled on top of Elias. The guard captain has stepped back a little bit, but you can tell he's making his way to retrieve his spear that missed Elias.
It's a ray weapon firing into a crowd. Is it at all likely that it would hit any of them?
Well, he was away from the crowd a little bit, and you targeted him in specific.
Just a warning shot, right?
Nope.
All right. After the shot goes off, you hear the guards rally. They are all screaming and ready to do their job, their duty to this village.
At that point, shout once more, just to everyone, get behind me. Let me handle it.
Mr.
This
Jeeves.
is all gone horribly French.
Mr. Jeeves, you said that you
I'm
were...
still hiding.
Yeah, didn't you say that you were going to escape?
I'm still watching. I'm like Leo. I'm kind of like in the neighborhood, but out of sight.
Dear lady.
Yeah, I'm probably up on a rooftop, to be honest.
You can easily get on a rooftop if you'd like.
Right. Just somewhere out of reach, really, right now.
Would you like to be on a rooftop?
Yeah, let's put me on the rooftop. Just within kind of 40 feet, I guess, of the action.
All right, consider it done. Just one more stealth check for that, please, since you're going up on something high like that.
Watch me go fluff it now. That's not bad.
No problem. I don't think anyone's going to... there's a lot of action already on the ground there. No one's looking your way.
A little distracted, yeah.
Yeah, far beyond their passive perceptions. Elias, you are conscious, but you are losing consciousness as you hear all of these men rally and frantically ready themselves for attacking what appears to be the rest of your party.
Well, he's not going to fight back still. So, he's kind of just letting them do what they will because he knows that they're just in the wrong, but he's not going to kill them because they're people. So, that's too bad. He'll just go down as a martyr and they'll figure out they were wrong later.
The hell he will.
Okay. Van Richten says, "This is madness! This is madness!" And he runs over to Elias and pushes some of the guards out of the way. And he casts a... let's see. What's he got left? Cure Wounds. He cast Cure Wounds on Elias. And heals you for 10 points. The guard captain, after very narrowly dodging Jack's necrotic blasts there with Eldritch Blast, he runs to retrieve his spear, which is near the crowd that is pummeling Elias, and readies his spear and points it at you, Jack, and says, "On your knees."
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Very well then, you are warned, and he rushes to attack you with a spear. And I've got to find you in the combat tracker, which there's a lot of stuff going on right there in that combat tracker. There you go, a natural 20. That's a critical hit. 11 points of non-magical damage.
Yeah,
And...
I am completely unconcerned by enemies.
Okay.
Jack doesn't even flinch.
Well, I mean, it is kind of like stuck inside you for a second. It would be hard not to flinch. But they won't see a flinch from behind your mask anyway. The rest of the guards cheer as their guard captain has impaled you with his spear in quite a vital spot. Little do they know that after this round, you'll be healed completely of such damage.
What I'm trying to do with this is completely no selling. I can roll performance if you want, because the idea is to make it clear that I am not phased.
Okay, I will go ahead and roll a performance for you. Natural 20. You take that shot like you are made of straw, like it didn't even phase you. When they pull the spear out, black blood spills on the ground. And Alex, it is your turn next, and you know that all those guards are going to focus Jack very soon.
How did all of this just go to absolute shit? I don't understand this. She's going to pull the Sorrowful Misery from her belt and swing at the guard captain.
Roll for apathy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good point, because she probably wouldn't give a shit. Wisdom save, right? Or is it a check?
It's a check?
Okay.
Yeah, because she's doing something actively.
She does not give a shit.
Yeah. Alright, so with that in mind, what would you like to do?
She's just going to stand there and look just completely dumbfounded at all of this. Face palm and shake her head. Dear God.
Okay. With that...
Not threatening. She's not threatening, though, so there's that.
Guards begin to... well, this first guard here is the one that had the confusion in his head, and he is the first one to attack Jack. He runs up with a pike, which I guess is like a spear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, once he gets within 10 feet, because it's got a little bit of range to it. He will attack Jack. Jack, would you like to use your reaction?
You know what? Go ahead. Just very calmly. Again, I am unconcerned. Just wave it in front of my hand, front face. Aegis Elise. Shield.
Okay, so shield gives you, let's see, +5 bonus to AC. Alright, so let's see if it would have hit. Jack, you're way down here. He rolled a 4. He would have naturally missed anyway. But that's going to last for the whole round, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, until the start of your next turn. Exactly. Alright, the next guard, he actually finishes off, or tries to finish off Elias, knocking him unconscious. He doesn't use lethal force, but he does go to attack, and with the intent on knocking you unconscious. That is a miss, but I'm going to say you're prone, so he's going to have advantage. And it's also a miss. He doesn't get through your armor.
Wouldn't Van Richten have tried to help him up after healing him?
Well, getting up is an action that Elias is going to have to spend part of his movement to do. Van Richten could pick him up, but no, he just moved over there and pushed some guards out of the way and healed him, so no. The second guard, or third if you don't count the captain, lots of misses here. Go ahead and throw prone on Elias so I don't have to manually do this so much. They say, help us take care of this one first. And the other one says, don't bother with him. He's not fighting back. That's the threat. And he points to Jack. And with that in mind, the next guard runs at Jack with his pike. And when he gets within 10 feet, he tries to stab and misses. Same story with the rest of the guards. About not with the missing. We'll see if they miss.
I was gonna say.
Even if it counts as a hit here, I still have to account for shield. You remember what Elias said about, we're level 10 characters? That's pretty much what's going on here.
You remember what I was saying when I was begging you to have mercy and telling him to shut the fuck up?
Alright, that's a 20. Let's see what Jack's AC is.
Well, it's fine if we fight back, but not if we don't.
22.
Yeah, 22. I don't know if that's what you said or not. I heard of something too. So that's also a miss. Alright, last one. Also a miss. Alright, they are all ineffective at attacking either of you, Elias or Jack. Leo, you are in the house, in the main room. To your immediate left is a door. Across the way from how you came into this large room with the stairs in it, on the opposite wall is another door, and then to the south are the doors to where you think that you've been before.
Okay.
So would you like to continue all the way across this room and check that door, or the door to your immediate left?
It's to my immediate left, you said?
Well, yeah, it's like 10 feet in front of you and to the left.
I'll take that way then.
All right. You head north into that door. You see a dining room. Looks like a place where people normally seat at this large rectangular table with a swirl pattern rug underneath the large table and a nice tablecloth on top. There are windows that face north, and you think that's the opposite side of the street side. So those windows may be a good escape route.
And
There's also a door about 20 feet or so to the right in this room, to somewhere you haven't been before.
All right. Before taking the window, I'll check that door.
All right, that door. You can see this is obviously where food is prepared. There are pots and pans, a stove. To the far north, you see a door that you suspect is the back door.
All right. I make to that door.
All right, you get to the door. It's locked from the inside. You have no problem unlocking it. You open it and see sunlight. But with all the movement from the other room, you won't be able to move too far on the other side of it. In this part of town, you see to the east, to your right, is a graveyard fence, and the mists here are thick outside. Farther to the north, you see the sharpened log walls that make up the perimeter of Vallaki. Something you haven't seen in hundreds of years.
Kind of taken in by the changes of his environment since the last time he was alive, or at least he could remember. He thinks for a moment how long he's been out and tries to take advantage of seeking out cover.
There is a small structure that is to the northeast just a ways. You think it might be an outhouse?
He'll make his way over there.
Okay, you don't have enough movement to reach it now, but if that's your destination, I'll need a stealth check from you.
Okay. Let's see,
Oh, jeez.
wow.
Okay. Yeah, you're in plain sight. Although you don't get far enough away from the house to kind of see what's going on in the street just yet anyway. But we'll keep that in mind for next round. All right.
Here I go. Nobody sees me.
Jack,
I
it is your turn.
Covered up.
The round hasn't quite passed yet. You got all that damage this round, that 11 points of damage out of your total of 56. And you know that that's going to heal up by the beginning of the next round, so you feel quite healthy. I didn't hear any of that.
Given that they all attacked it, didn't you fucking dignity? Make another intimidate check.
He sounds angry, and I think he wants to do something nasty to the captain of the guard.
I thought I heard chicken wing.
I love chicken wings.
I thought I heard intimidation check. Did I hear intimidation check? 2 squawks for yes.
Fuck! Fuck!
There we go.
That was obviously an intimidation check. I'm going to say with advantage. All right, and Jack's intimidation. Let's see. Here is a +4. And you got a total of 23. The guard is going to see if he can save against this here. It's just an opposing thing. Just to help me determine the DC. Yeah, his charisma is 0. Yeah, you have no problem intimidating the guard. What kind of effect would you like this intimidation to be? What's the result you're going after, Jack?
I want them all to fear me.
Let's see. Frightened. Oops, I didn't mean to apply that to you. Get that off right now.
Unless he's afraid of himself.
No, he wouldn't be.
I don't think anything could frighten Jack, really.
Yeah, you think that you're instilling fear in these people. So your intimidation has taken effect. You don't think that they're going to approach you without opportunity to recover from this intimidation.
Reach out to the guard captain. Shocking grasp.
Okay. Let's see what armor he's wearing. He has a chain shirt and a shield, and I'm gonna say that's enough to get advantage on the attack roll. And let's see, he also has yeah. Alright, so advantage with Shocking Grasp. Let's see here. Actions. Shocking Grasp. Hit the advantage button, and you rolled a natural 1, which was dropped, and a 7, which plus with your +8 is a 15, which misses the guard captain.
Lucky. Reroll.
Okay, I heard that. Okay. Now, does that, with advantage, do you roll 2 dice with lucky or just 1?
I don't know. Up to you.
I think lucky is just you get to re-roll 1 die.
Lucky is if you get 1, you can roll it again.
Oh, well, he did get a 1, so he can roll it again. All right, so I'm gonna re-roll one of these onto guard captain here. I rolled a 6 plus 8 is 14. That misses. Sorry, man. I wish you could roll the dice yourself, because this isn't going well for me rolling for you tonight.
Turned up.
Or I can roll for him.
You go roll.
You go rolls for now on?
Good night.
Okay.
Alright.
Mr. Jeeves, you're next.
I'm still hiding.
Okay. You can hold your action if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that. Why?
Get your fancy bow at the ready, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll hold my action. I'll hold my bow ready just in case they start attacking Elias.
Okay, with that in mind, after Van Richten acts, if you don't take your action, then you lose it for the round. Just
Sure.
keep that in mind. All right, Elias, you are at pretty critical condition, but you're free to act. You can tell Jack is not going to have mercy on these people.
Yeah, so they're no longer surrounding me. They're trying to attack Jack. Is that what's happening?
No, there's a good like 4 of them or so that are still like kicking at you and trying to just make sure that you don't do anything. They're trying to knock you out.
Yeah.
Straight up trying to neutralize you as a threat.
Subdue you.
Right, so he still doesn't do anything then.
Okay.
Stand up.
Nope.
All right. Van Richten says, Elias, we have to get out of here. These people are mad. You're going to get hung.
I could use a little more health, just saying.
You could use a little more health.
Yeah, especially if I have to fight these fucking things. I still got 40 wound points, dude. I'm still half dead.
Van Richten is just trying to persuade you, Elias. Elias, get up. They're going to hang you.
And why shouldn't they? I think I should have been dead before.
Wow.
I thought I cured you of any madness that you would have got from the other side.
The madness, I think, is that I'm here. I think my mission is even done. Shouldn't I just die?
Not like this. It should be fighting evil.
Maybe I'm evil, Van Richten.
We don't have time for this. Get up.
Christ.
He's going to cure wounds on you again. For 7 hit points. And
so Elias stands up and he starts to move towards Van Richten.
well, he's right there with you. He helps you up. And he says, let's get out of here or Jack's going to kill everyone.
Yes, it would be preferable that he not.
Lead the way.
Elias is too disoriented to lead the way.
All right. Van Richten just grabs you and starts pulling you towards the west gate. It is going to provoke some attacks of opportunity against you from
Even
4
though
guards.
he's being moved against his will.
No, he's moving along. Attacks of opportunity happen when you move outside the threatening range of another hostile. So, yeah.
I take it he's not going to disengage.
Oh, well...
Elias would disengage.
Okay,
yeah.
sure then. Yeah, disengaging, then you can move without taking those attacks. Thanks, Leo. Speaking of Van Richten here, that is the end of this round. If you wanted to act, Mr. Jeeves, this would be a good time to do it. You can kind of see what's going on down there, and you think that they're making their way to the west gate, which is closed. It is very securely shut.
Is there any way to get across rooftops to follow them? Or do I have to get down and up?
You definitely cannot follow rooftop to rooftop. Here in the village of Valaki, they're not. These humble buildings are spaced out.
Oh, so it's not like a crowded town. It's just kind of open there.
Oh yeah. It's not. I mean, they might call it a town sometimes, but that's only because they don't really know what a town is anymore. This is as town as Ravenloft gets. This is just a small village.
Okay.
No, Elias just got up off the ground with Van Richten and are making their way west.
Right. Alex is with him?
Also, you're not... I don't think anyone can hear you in Discord.
Oh yeah. Let me have my button next to my talk. Hello.
Hi.
So Alex is going with them? Are they all in a group? Or
Alex looks like she's just kind of shaking her head like she can't believe this is happening. But you can tell that there's something wrong with her demeanor at the moment. Like, as if those starry eyes have seen too much.
Seeing them all attack Jack, though, I would assume she'd get another chance to recheck her app.
Well, on your turn, but that hasn't happened yet.
yeah. Alright, I guess I'm gonna sneak over to the west gate and see if I can open it for him.
Okay, with your roguelike dashes, you could throw stealth to the wind and sprint towards the gate.
No, keeping stealth is priority.
Okay, in that case,
Help get Leo out.
well,
Family first.
so off to the west you go. You can get mostly the way there. On your next turn, you will be at the gate, and you will have enough of an action left, or enough of your movement to where you can perform an action with the gate. But it looks like it's a really heavy bar that you're going to have to lift to be able to access the gate.
No problem. Is anybody at the gate? Any other guards at the gate? Or they're all in town?
No, they are all trying to quell this strange party and get this investigation underway after these arrests are made.
Okay, cool.
Okay, guard captain's turn is next. He is going to once again strike at... Well, no, he can't really approach Jack. He's afraid of him. Instead, he sees that Elias has began making his way up and away, so he is going to actively attack Elias. And he says, "I told you to stay down." And that was a miss anyway, but I need to remove the prone effect from Elias. All right, Elias, you're no longer prone. And the guard captain missed, so that's his turn. Alex, I need another check from you for apathy. All right, a 19. There you go. You finally have made a decision on whether you care about this or not.
Please, none of this is really necessary. If you'd like, I can show you down to the basement where they were performing their dark rituals. You can conduct your investigation just as you planned.
So you're rolling persuasion to...
I guess.
To try to call him off? Ooh, a natural 1.
Yep.
Well... you can tell that your words are falling on deaf ears, but you still have your round left. Also, thanks for the following, Smash Bro. Welcome. So what would you like to do with the rest of your turn, Alexandra?
For the rest of my town?
The rest,
Okay.
the whole town's yours now.
Yep. Blackie's getting set on fire. Anyway. Well, she's not just gonna stand there and let that thing kill Jack. As much as she wants to avoid the violence, I guess Elias screwed us into this, so she's gonna have to try to get it.
That's not entirely fair.
So, which ones are still on Jack right now?
None of them look like they're willing to approach Jack just at this moment.
So they're chasing after Elias?
Well, their focus is still on Jack, but they look like they're so afraid of him that they're going to have to think about their next move. You're not quite sure what they're going to do next.
Alright. Alright, well, Alexander's going to remain standing next to Jack then, and I guess wait as best she can.
Alright, that's a hit. You slash into the guard captain with your whip. How much damage do you do?
Oh.
Heavy damage. Oh, yes. You see flesh rend and blood spray into the sky from the multi-headed whip that is Sorrowful Misery.
This is killing me without a map. My combat tracker keeps hiding behind my character.
And that is another hit.
Alex, no, they're not going to kill us. They're just trying to knock us out. Don't do this.
How do you want to finish this guard captain off? Whether it's lethal or not is really up to you.
You should have thought of that before you screwed this entire situation, Elias. Now we don't have a choice. She's going to bring the Sorrowful Misery in a high arc above her head and slash it directly across the guard captain's neck, hopefully lobbing his head off.
Yes, and indeed it does.
God damn.
All of the other guards see their captain's head fly and twist in the air, staring at them with what you might assume is his last moment of decapitated consciousness before his head hits the ground and rolls.
Now we're going to put our weapons down and cease this madness. She turns and glares at the rest of them.
Yes, all of the guards' mouths are agape, and you can just hear one guard in the back start to scream in rage and fear, and then all of that amplifies as if someone just grabbed the volume and turned it all the way up, as all of the other guards join in to the rage.
Screams. I bet this is exactly what Jack wanted.
Oh my god.
Yeah, at this you can start to see other villagers are now either watching from a distance or closing their doors and their shutters on their windows. You even see the father from the church come out, since this is all happening right next to the graveyard. And it's the guards' turns next, so they all rally to attack Alexandra. The first one hits.
Reaction. Defensive duelist.
All right.
My proficiency bonus to my AC for the attack.
All right. Well, they rolled a total of 22. So what would that make your AC?
My AC is 19 plus 4, so 23.
All right. That misses then. Ooh.
Who did we lose?
Uh-oh.
Lost the bot.
The bot died.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. The bot served us well. It is 10 o'clock. Yes, and it would be good for us to cut this off, just because I have to go to work so early in the morning. But
no.
This is not how I thought the night would go at all. But how
Yeah,
many times
I know,
have I
right?
said that in this game?
No shit, dude. You and me
Oh,
both.
wow.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, I really wanted to see what was going to happen with Leo in that terrible stealth check
I know.
as he tried to sneak off to the outhouse.
Don't look at me, I'm running to the shed.
All right, well that's what we'll pick up next week. Thank you everybody for joining us. Smash Bro, I know who you are in the Discord. I didn't want to make assumptions, but thanks for joining us. Everybody else, we need a good name for this episode before we hang it up for the night. Any suggestions?
Thanks, Elias. Wait, no. We have to do a pun relating to Elias's inability to speak and then his inability to speak sense.
I'm really glad we had Logan with us tonight.
Yeah.
It looks like we lost him, but
Yep.
he deserves a better farewell.
Alright, I'm logging off so I can pack up. So, goodbye.
All right. Well, anyone watching this later will already know the. Oh, Levi Fox and Levi Fox. Oh, yes, I know them too. All right. We'll catch up next week. That's it for the recording.